Welcome everybody to ARCA Social. My name is Charlie and we are joined by both Brandon White and our guest of honor, Trevor Huddleston, who will be going to battle this weekend at Irwindale Speedway.
Where do you feel like you've grown as a driver since you made your West Series debut all those years ago?
The West cars are just a whole different type of animal. Everything that most short trackers start out in is a lightweight, high horsepower car. And as you transition into the ARCA cars, they have the horsepower, but they're way heavier. So it kind of adapts for a whole new driving style. And, you know, it's rough. It's not a series where you go out there and just kind of cruise around. I mean, it's like you're qualifying 24/7. And it's not always about having the best car. It's about putting yourself in the best situation to accomplish the goal.
We're heading to the track where you got your first West Series win a few years back, Irwindale Speedway. I mean, I know that place is special for you and your family, but I want to go back to that first win right quick. So take me through everything that happened and what it meant for you.
I mean, obviously, getting your first win in any series is obviously one of a kind. And I've been watching the ARCA series forever. You know, I've watched the Sunrise Ford cars since the day I went to Irwindale Speedway. To be able to win in one of those cars that I've always dreamt of racing was just kind of iconic, especially being at my home track. And what a better way to do it than in front of a sold out crowd. I still sometimes go back and watch the end of that race because, I mean, it was one of a kind, you know, battling with him the last 10 laps and then coming across the line side by side, spinning out, hitting the wall. I couldn't even do victory lane burnouts because my car was barely driving. Obviously, that's going to be an unforgettable win. Hopefully, we have some iconic moments, but hopefully I'll be able to do the burnouts rather than limp the car back on a tow truck.
And you mentioned how special Irwindale is too. I mean, that track's just been synonymous with like West Coast short track racing, I think, since the late 90s. What does Irwindale Speedway mean to you? I mean, not only to you, but for the West Coast racing community?
Oh, I mean, Irwindale Speedway's been around since 1999, obviously, and it's put on some of the most iconic races with most iconic drivers. It's one of the only tracks where I feel like truly you can have four wide racing. As Irwindale's aged throughout the years, new lines have come about. I think this year, actually, you're going to see another new line. I think that's going to add for another exciting race.
What is the key to just being successful at that track?
Patience. I've won a lot of races at Irwindale. It's not always about who's the fastest right off the bat. I've been there when I've led 140 laps and lost the race. And I've been there where I've only led 9 laps and won the race. I think it's just key understanding that there's no pit stop. So you have one set of tires, your brakes don't cool down, nothing gets that opportunity to cool down. So it's really all about who can wait to the right moment.
This could be a big field for the West Series. Does that just add to the challenge for this weekend?
I see that there's a lot of people maybe possibly coming from the East Coast. Venturini's bringing a car. You add all these cars from the East Coast, it's going to be an intense battle.